Rome just became two states. It is definitely growing, and there's the temple being built there. And ever since the temple was announced, there's a different spirit in the land. It's really incredible to see how the members have stepped up to show their gratitude for temple coming, and they've become more involved and willing to be assistants to the missionaries and helping in whatever way they can to find people who are searching for the truth. The church amount of members depends on the city. Rome, there are wards, and then when you leave Rome and go to Naples and in Sicily or Sardinia, there are a lot of more branches than wards. Some branches will consist of 10 people, 6 people, and then you go to like Rome 2 where there's 200 at least. So it really depends. I would say Rome is the strength of where the members are. In Rome, they have good priesthood leadership. They have a good number of priesthood holders, but that dwindles as you go onto the islands. A lot of missionaries, a lot of elders can expect to serve as either a branch president or a counselor in some of the smaller branches on their missions. The sisters, they help the ward mission leader. If there is not, if it's a city where there are no elders, then the sisters become very involved in helping the branch president with the work. But generally, if there are elders, then the elders will take it upon themselves to delegate what needs to be done. The sisters, in that case, just do their missionary work. I would say every missionary should always be prepared to be called upon to give a talk. Most of the members in Italy used to be Catholic. And so they're just coming from that background to becoming a Latter-day Saint. So all of their friends and sometimes all of their family members are still Catholic. So there's a lot of understanding between the two different religions. I found that I never felt threatened or disrespected by a Catholic for their beliefs. I always, in teaching, I found that it was easier to teach to that person's understanding when I taught first, when I first found our commonalities. So one thing I would suggest to missionaries would be, when you're teaching someone, to keep in mind, what does this person who comes from a Catholic background believe about God or about the atonement? They have different beliefs. Even they do believe in God, but they see him differently. We see him as someone that we can approach in prayer, and someone who will really respond to us and who has one-on-one time with us. Catholics don't see that. They pray through saints because God is too great to approach one-on-one. So coming with that understanding of how they perceive God and principles of the gospel that we do have in common, it's easier to understand why they believe what they believe and why they do what they do, when you keep that in mind. So teaching at the MTC, a lot of missionaries will come in and say, when I got my mission call, people were like, oh, that's going to be a hard mission. And it's always confused me, because serving in Italy, you see baptisms. I have a huge testimony of what an effect your attitude is, and how your attitude about it affects the success you'll see as a missionary. It was interesting that when I was in Italy, there was the Rome mission and the Catania mission, and a couple months into my mission, the boundaries changed. And the Rome mission, we were a baptizing mission. And when the boundaries changed, our mission president decided to send half of us down to Catania and half of the Catania missionaries up to Rome. And when I got to Catania, I was shocked to hear that most of my companions from the Catania mission hadn't seen a single baptism. And I asked, and they said, we're here to strengthen the members. And in the Rome mission, we were here to baptize. So it was all just how we perceived what our purpose was. Mm-hmm. And with the mixture of the missionaries, both missions, the one mission became a baptizing mission because it was all our attitude. And missionaries are called to baptize, and with that attitude, you will baptize. There are lots of Catholics. Yes, it is the Catholic capital of the world, but there are so many humble people who are honestly seeking for the truth. And God loves Italians just as much as he loves anyone else, and he really, this is his work, and he will direct obedient missionaries who are seeking to follow Spirit to those who are seeking to find the truth.